Welcome to the Shattered Veil Easter Egg Guide, where I'll give you some tips and tricks to try to get to the Easter egg as quick as you can. Upon loading in the map, just use any gobble gums. I recommend Arsenal Accelerator or Power Keg in your loadout at least. It does help have a Perkaholic or Hidden Power, but they're not needed. So we are going to start out. You're just going to open up the map. You're going to work your way towards these two locations that are marked. There's also going to be a few things to look out as you're opening up the map, like these white boxes, which will show a picture of possible locations. So you're looking for the Essence Bomb to drop out of that, and you're looking for 2 mirror refractor pieces. It can be a little bit hard to see. There is no prompt to pick it up, but once you do interact with it, it'll say reflector ×1. We are now going to run over to the kids' room by PhD here. So you'll run outside, a little bit hard to see again. Just press interact and it'll say reflector ×1. Eventually, after going through random white boxes, you'll get the Essence Bomb here. Just pick that up. Another thing to keep a lookout for, and the reason that I say Molotovs would be best recommended for your loadout, are some seed pods, which I will throw up some pictures of those locations as well. So once you find whatever locations your seeds are in the map, you want a Molotov or explosives. If you do have like Mustang Sally, that works too. You'll just like throw that. Eventually you'll hear it like squeal. It'll drop the pod. I kind of lucked out in this area, and we happen to have 2. So we just run over, so you just get a good look at what it looks like. Just again, Molotov it or explosive. Wait for the pod and pick it up. Alright, we're gonna Molotov our next set of seeds. Just gonna wait for that. Alright, now as we pick it up, that'll be our 3rd seed. We're gonna run over here, because I happen to luck out again in this game. And our 4th one is here. So whenever you get this canister, you can do this. It doesn't, like, you don't need the ray gun. So if we happen to get like one of the canisters, we could go do it right now. So that is kind of nice to know. You now want to attack this worker, which will drop you a fuse for the elevator. We are going to continue following the markers. We're going to run in this computer room. We're going to attack this computer here, getting this circuit board. So now with the fuse and the circuit board, we're going to run back to the elevator, which is near double tap, and the lamp you picked up. You're going to run to the back, activating it, which will trigger a bunch of zombie spawns when you press the elevator.
They should have hired a better contractor. Man, it stinks the fucking hot heaven in there.
We are now going to rappel down the rope. We're going to run to one of these sides, taking us to Pack-a-Punch and stopping the markers on the map. Almost took the wrong turn there. So we come up, now we have Pack-a-Punch. As you're making your way towards the marker, you're right here by double tap in the elevator. You come over to this box, again no prompt, and just press interact and you'll pick up a lamp. The next thing we're going to do is we're coming to T-Rex room right here next to Jug. You'll see that hole in the wall, you'll just place it. The lamp will then light up and you want to just follow it. It's a Simon Says game, so it might just be the right side, it might be the right and left side, it might be the left side. So just press which one lights up, and after the combo, the door should open for you. And then we're good on that for now. We'll come back to this later.
Panic Room, 19th Century Edition.
We now are going to get to the underground lab with Sophia. We're going to run over here next to this crafting table, and you'll see this pod here. It'll have a letter A or B next to it. You'll then want to buy some tomahawks, and we're going to run over here next to the doppelgas that's locked up in a cage. We're going to Then throw a tomahawk at whatever letter you got next to it, so it's okay to miss. You just gotta make sure you hear the sound of it being hit. You'll then throw it at that one. It'll burst, giving you a quote from Sam. You're gonna run back over to the pod, now seeing that it's filled with gas, and you'll need a Molotov to blow it up, or an explosive, or you can just use Mustang Salad like I do. So this will give you a canister.
Tanks and busting heads. I love my job.
You can do this whenever, but when you get a Casimir Gersh, or however you want to call it, you'll come to this window below double tap. You want to then throw it against the window. It'll go off, sucking out a canister out of the window, and as soon as it is done, it will drop the canister on the ground for you to pick up, giving you another canister.
Always got me squirreling away something.
Now for the last canister, you're going to need the ray gun Mark II, and you've probably seen these crystals around the map. If you get depth perception, you can actually see them through the wall, making them easier to find, but you'll just randomly shoot them, and that'll drop you a canister. Now when you have reached round 10, you'll want to be down here by Sophia or in the underground part, and you'll just kill zombies at random. You'll see that I killed a zombie in a lab coat, and he dropped a floppy disk. I'm now going to take that over to the stamina up area, and we're going to punch that in a computer to get it to print out us a code. It can be one of 4 letters. Okay, so we are now at stamina up. You just press interact on the computer, turning the screen red. It takes a second. It's just going to print out. So you'll just wait for it to print out, and then you'll just want to interact with it. It'll have a code word, which will be one of the 4 letters that were on screen. You'll just memorize whatever that is, and then you want to run over to the kids' room in the PhD area. We're just going to flash the words again on screen, because again it changes every game, so you can see that my word was worm. We're now going to head over to the kids' room and PhD area. Once reaching the PhD area, you'll look to the right, you'll see this board. Our word was worm, so we'll look at the W. There are 5 letters in the W area, giving me 5 for my first number, so we'll do the same for the rest of the letters. So O has 8, giving me 5, 8. We have an R, there's 6 there, and then M is by itself. So now we will run back to the Doppelgast area in the bottom, and we'll punch in that code. Punching in the code will then release the Doppelgast. All you want to do is just shoot him. Once you kill him, he will drop a severed arm. You want to just pick up the arm. We're going to run all the way down the tunnel here to the back towards the portal that will lead you to spawn. And right there is also the armory, if you did not realize. On the right here, we're going to go inside the armory. Once you get to the armory here, you're going to use the arm to scan this, opening up, giving you a ray gun Mark II.
Shelf of the toolbox right here.
Once getting all 4 seeds in a canister, at any point in time of having those, you can just come over and punch this in here in the garden area. You then have these 4 incubator tubes to place the seeds. You have them then become soul boxes. It doesn't really show them like going in like a typical soul box or even some other steps, but you'll see the seed just keep growing in size. So I'm just gonna sit here and we'll just keep killing zombies till you see it get to the full size, and then we'll move on to the next one just so you have like a visual aid. Now you want to just repeat this process at the other 3. So I'm just going to place the seeds and then show the locations. And if you run too far away, like I am, the seed's just going to pop out and you have to re-pick it up. So you can't just like place them all and then have them ready to go. You have to place it, do it, then come back. So we'll just cut to when I have filled up all the pods. Now with all the pods filled up, you'll go back to where you originally placed the canister. You'll see that it's lighting up now, looking like it's filled with gas. It'll take a second to pick up. I'm gonna pick it up, and now you want to take it to spawn. You do need the ray gun Mark II, because it is a ray gun Mark II upgrade. Once returning to spawn, you'll look for this yellow machine here. You'll be able to interact with placing your canister and your Mark II, swapping in and upgrading your Mark II to the Marksman gas rifle version. You can also swap between the upgrades at any time, so you're not locked into one. We are now going to head over to the speed cola area, and right across from it you can place another canister, and this will spawn an abomination. You get 1 abomination for each player in the map, and there are these small rocks around the map. You want to get him to electrify them. This will give it a blue glow, and it can be a little bit annoying, But you're not timed here, so you just, you know, avoid the zombie and just go around until you get him to do it. There's 3 rocks to get. They're the small ones that I'm going behind, so I'll just let this entire thing play out as is. But essentially, you're just getting him to shock them. Once he shocks them, they have the blue glow. Once they have the blue glow, you want him to ram the rocks. The rocks will then begin to float, giving a lockdown kind of defend type step where you have to essentially just wait out the timer. So if you do have like idolize, you can use it, but it kind of feels like a waste to me because it's not that hard to defend. And here's the blue glow that I was talking about. And we'll just go from there. So once it's all said and done and you have finished the lockdown defense type step, that'll give you your next canister, and you want to then head to the portal in spawn to place it. Side note, you can get him to shock the rock and then get him to ram it. So that was like the last one there. I already had the other 2 shocked and they were floating up in the air. So now all I have to do is get him to ram this in my lockdown. This will then despawn him, so you don't have to worry about killing him. And this is the part where you can just pop the idolize. You're essentially just waiting out the timer, like I said, so a little bit easy in my opinion. But other than that, got your next upgrade. Once your lockdown is complete, you want to run back up across from Speed Cola and you want to pick up your canister. Then you want to take that canister and you want to run to spawn. You'll take the teleporter and that room will take you right there back by the armory. And right there also is another one of those yellow machines where you can swap your Ray Gun Mark II upgrades. This will give you the submachine Wraithfire upgrade.
Let's torch these shitheads.
Now, with the 2 refractors in your essence bombs, you're going to come down by Sophia. A little bit past the Doppelgash, you'll see that level 3 armor on the wall for your area. You'll then place the bomb, it'll blow up and give you this little secret area with these like ash people that go away. This is the last upgrade area. So you're going to want to place your canister. This will then give like a kind of glowy beam for the room. You're going to want to then place the refractors around the room, and then you're going to want to essentially place them and you punch them. They have 3 different angles. You want them to touch the Doppelgas statues, and then when they're on the Doppelgas statues, you want to then melee the main crystal, which will trigger a beam to shoot out and then brings the Doppelgas to life. You want to kill the Doppelgas. We're going to do that 3 times. Once getting the beam in the correct position, again, you'll know, because you'll see it is lasering the Doppelgas statue. So we're just going to keep meleeing it. I will now run over, and we're going to see that it's laser beaming one of the Doppelgas statues. I will now run up. We melee the crystal. You'll see kind of like a beam shoot around. It goes into the Doppelgas, bringing it to life. We just shoot this, and we're going to rinse and repeat this process. One of the statues will require you to pick up one of the reflectors. You'll have a little hole in the wall here, so you go up this little slope, and then it has like a spot here, so you'll just want to essentially get the laser beam to bounce on that and be able to reach your 3rd Doppelgas statue. Once you have finished your last Doppelgas statue, you will then have the canister fill up with like the purple glow. You want to then take it over by like the death perception area, and one of the rooms right there will have another one of those yellow workbenches you want to just interact with, and that will give you your shotgun upgrade. Alright, just showing the machine to give like a point of reference. So then we are going to run right here, and you'll just interact with it, and this is the shotgun upgrade. Once finishing all your upgrades, you can do this as you finish each upgrade, but I just wanted to wait till we finished it to put them in order, we're going to run over by the elevator. You're going to interact with the machine next to the painting. This will give you kind of like a lockdown effect. This is a soul box you can actually see, and it doesn't really take too many. It has to be with the ray gun, shotgun, and other weapons don't count. So once you do that, you will see it open, and there will be a red bottle of wine sitting on the table that we want to go pick up. So we're going to jump in. You'll see right here in the corner, red bottle of wine. We want to pick that up. You see ritual elixir, and then we're going to be on our way. We're going to run around the corner here, and right here you will see a little chalice, and that you want to interact with. This will spawn an elder disciple, so you want to just kill him, and we're going to move on to the next location. And now we're going to come up here to the banister across from the T-Rex, interact with that chalice right there on the counter. That'll spawn another elder disciple for you to shoot. Once you take care of that one, we'll move on to the next. Now head to spawn, and you should see right there by the bridge or last chalice spawning another elder disciple for you. How this one's a little bit tankier because the third one seems to be the tankier one. Now we're gonna head over to the elevator. We are gonna now run past double tap. We're gonna go and see these numbers. So we got 50, 15, and 12. As you do each chalice, they'll appear. So you don't want to run over to the room that has the death perception in it, and there will be a safe. You want to punch that code into it, giving you a ritual item. We're going to take that ritual item, and we're going to go back to the purple painting area next to the elevator. We're going to go in, and we're going to place it, giving us a lockdown. Now, you won't be able to activate this unless you have the right ray gun. And once you do that, you're only able to damage the boss to break his shield with the specific ray gun. When you enter the purple painting, you will then place the item on the statue. Sometimes it takes a second, I've noticed. I don't know if it's kind of like bugging out, but I sit here for like a good few seconds, and then it spawns the boss. So again, you break his shield with the ray gun. You can switch to a regular gun afterwards. And once you kill him, you just want to make sure you interact with the Sentinel artifact, and it'll pick it back up. You'll notice that it's starting to add like the colors of each room to the Sentinel artifact. So he's immune, just keep damaging him. You can use the ray gun if you want the whole time, or you can mix it up if you want to use your other gun, save on ammo. But you just have to break his shield with the ray gun. Now once he's dead, you'll get a max ammo, and you want to make sure you interact with that Sentinel artifact and make sure it disappears, make sure you picked it up.
You didn't tell Sam I contacted.
Next, we're going to head to the library. You're going to interact with this computer. Again, you can activate it till you have the right ray gun, and it doesn't collect souls unless you're doing it with that ray gun. This is the one from Spawn, the gas grenade, or gas whatever one. For this one, now we're going to have some books that spawn around the map, and you can only see them in Ether Shroud, which is lovely. So we're going to throw up some locations, and I'm also going to throw up some Ether canister locations. I'm not sure if it's all of them, but out of multiple games, like 5 to 6 games, I only kept getting the same spawns, so I just took pictures, and there you go. This is where Power Keg can come in handy, if not using the Ether Shrouds that I showed the pictures of. So I'm just going to show the few locations that I got in one of my games. And if you use the Ether Shroud and then you run past the item, it has a chance of still glowing, so, you know, maybe run back through, see like how I just walk up a few times and I'm not an Ether Shroud. Once you have collected all the items, you want to return to the library. You will then look across from the painting, and on the bookshelf here you'll see 3 glowing books. You want to interact with them, and they will kind of pull out, and it's a different order every time. So if you do get it wrong, no worries, you just keep punching until you get the order, and once done correctly, this door will open, giving you the nuclear codes. You want to pick them up, and then you want to place them inside the yellow painting behind you, starting that ritual. So once you're in the yellow painting, you'll just look for the pedestal, place it. It'll have the Sin artifact spawn once again, and it does take a second. So this is the gas variant. Again, it won't let you start it unless you have that ray gun or someone in your group has the ray gun, and other people, it'll teleport them into these areas. So you will get another max ammo once you defeat the boss, but you just need to keep using the ray gun to break their shield. Lovely amalgam this time. Once you get your max ammo, again, you want to make sure you interact with the Sin artifact, picking it up once again. Gotta let the energy flow in, and you'll see the glowing symbols on it.
Hello. Not sure if you can hear.
Now, if you remember, we did the Simon Says unlocking this little secret area. You want to get the Wraith Fire from across the armory, and you'll interact with this painting and computer, just like the other ones, and you have to use the Wraith Fire ray gun to get the souls. So you just want to keep doing that until it opens up. And this one is a little bit different, because now once it opens up, it will spawn a bell. Up in the other sections, I will show some locations. Now, I know we just showed pictures, but we're just going to show some other location possibilities. It's like by these broken glass areas is it possible, so just, you know, press interact, just mash it around these areas. The bell's going to be in one of those 3 spots, so you just check them all, just mash interact, you know, doing whatever. So once you get the bell, you want to take it over to the bar here. You're then placing the bell, and you want to get turned on a gun. So once you get a turn zombie near you, you want to ring the bell, which he will then hop over the bar and make you a drink, giving you a flask.
Okay, please give me rain. There's brain rot.
Yeah? I can't commit to having a pet right now.
There he goes.
What the hell?
Bro, what the fuck was that? Flask. That's crazy.
Alright, so now we take the flask to the distillery over here. Now that you have the bell, you're going to run over here to this blue painting. You need the Wraithfire submachine gun variant of the Mark II. You look for that pedestal there and interact with it, just like you have done with the other ones, or in case this is your first one. Again, for some reason, all the bosses were just taking a second to spawn in, so don't worry, it's not broken. And you can see that if you've done other sections, the Sin artifact has the colors of them in it. And now we'll just shoot the boss, break his shield. Now, once you defeat the boss, just again, make sure you pick up the Sin artifact each time. And this time you should see, or depending on whenever you do it, the lights being added, but since this was my last one, all the lights were added. So now we will take that to the bottom area and put it on the computer in front of Sophia, starting our boss fight. Okay, so I've placed the Sentinel artifact.
You have gums?
I got my free fire. Okay, so when the battle begins, you just want to kind of avoid your T-Rex. You want to keep your distance. Richtofen's kind of up on the top. I don't know if he's actually doing anything, because you do see some random bullets shooting down, and it sounds like he's trying to drop something for you, but there are no max ammos in this fight. 0, so that's why the max ammo gun is good, or maybe the free fire. So just keep circling around. You want to keep your distance. The final boss will also be packed full of acid hazards that slow you down and stop your HP regeneration. He can spawn a ton of zombies, so having something for crowd control is also a very good thing. When the Z-Rex attacks, he will try to slam you into the wall, and he can just keep slamming you into the wall. He seems to kind of ignore your armor and can easily one-shot you without jug, so obviously a must, or maybe having something for like a, you know, like a spare perka. But you want to shoot the eyes, and there's a weak point on his side. It is the glowing points, and you don't want to stay too close. You want to avoid the acid puddles because it stops your health regen and slows you down, making it real easy, especially when you have all these random zombies and the acid zombies. You do want to camp the west side during the phase transitions. Just kill the acid and regular zombies first. Shoot the glowing points on his eyes and side. You can pretty much focus the eyes mainly. He has some jump attacks that can be super powerful, and he may time to time jump out of the arena, spawning more zombies and throw up some more acid pools around the map. But essentially, just stay moving. Keep your distance. Try to keep where you're running, so you're not like running into these acid pools, because that can be the biggest downfall to your own loss if you're trying this, is if you step too many times in the acid pool and then you just get wrecked by the Z-Rex slamming you, or the boss zombies, or just random stuff. But other than that, congrats. Hopefully these recommendations help. Once you defeat the T-Rex, you will be rewarded with a Carver Pentagon 5 Thief skin. So I guess he looks like the Pentagon Thief from 5. You'll get a double tap keychain. You'll get the emblem for the map with the gold skulls, meaning you did it before the directed mode. So pretty cool, pretty cool. And we'll show that off at the end, and hopefully you enjoyed and you leave a like on the video. Hope you have a great day, and thanks for checking it out. Peace.
Alright. First try! Bro, how are you not gonna give a single max ammo?
Really, that's crazy as shit.
What a great quest reward. Ooh, I love it. It actually looks kind of sick emblem.
Yeah. I was not even tempted to press continue.
Not at all. Round 35, first completion.
That was fun.
GG's. Was it? Yeah, it is. It's a full double tap machine keychain.
That's really cool. They were just flying out of the gun. There's a lot of ammo on that thing. I only had to buy ammo once.
Lovely, lovely. It's PH deadly.